Hey, everybody, in the back of Scott's phone. How's it going? Welcome to Wednesday. What?
No, it's just my camera protector.
You have a security thing?
Yeah, so I
That's
don't damage my camera.
Oh, that's cute.
And then I got my,
Cute.
credit card wallet part.
I am team no phone case. Like, they make these phones so sleek and light and everything, and then you have to put this gigantic clunky phone case on it, and it seems to defeat the entire purpose.
Well, no, the purpose for me is the wallet part.
Yeah.
I don't want to carry a wallet. I don't want to carry
screen, isn't it?
stuff like that.
See, it's funny. Like, I don't like having stuff in my pockets. I legitimately carry a purse around, but like, it's usually in the shape of something. Like the one I'm using right now is Bender's face from Futurama. The one I had before was the TARDIS. It was like one of those mini backpacks.
Yeah, I've had my phone crack exactly twice in my entire life, and I've had cell phones since about 1998.
Same.
And both were within the last 7 years, which feels a little crazy, but
I've had my phone break or the screen crack 3 times. One, I will blame myself. I love that. My mug shattered. My wife put it in the dishwasher, but like sideways.
My eyeball shattered. I'm still mad about that.
I would be mad about that too. So yeah, I'm really sad that mine shattered. So one time it legit, I sat down, it fell out of my pocket and landed on the garage floor, and there was no saving it there. Once my wife dropped it, and the third time I'm gonna blame my dog, because I was walking the dog, phone in one hand, leash in the other, and she ran sideways, and it just sort of made me do one of these, and I like punched the phone out of my hand, and it literally rolled and bounced down the sidewalk like it was a cartoon. It like bounced.
Nice.
I won't blame myself for that. I'll absolutely.
And you were running after it, and your legs were like going like this, but you weren't moving for a bit. And
I dove in slow motion.
And as it broke, your eyeballs came out of your head back and forth, and it was a whole thing.
Yeah, and no one was there to see it and appreciate it, but it happened exactly like Scott just said. Unless he was there watching me, which is maybe
I was there watching you. My son has this Funko Pop Advent calendar.
Yeah.
I actually have 2 of them.
Ooh.
I should give some away in that one. However, my son was a little upset that this morning's Funko Pop was Derek Carr. He said that's got to be the worst one in the entire group. So I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to make sure tomorrow's is like a guy like TJ Watt for him. Because you can pull them out and switch who is who.
So you got to make it like tomorrow be like Jordan Love or whoever the Packer is.
No, I wouldn't do that. But okay, so this one is tomorrow. I'll figure it out. Ooh, tomorrow's was supposed to be JJ or Justin Jefferson.
Oh,
that's gotta be 20. That's gotta be 25.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna find TJ Watt because he was excited about Watt.
Or 24. It only goes to 24, right?
Yeah. Only we go to 25 because we love our people that much.
This one kind of looks like a Steeler. God, why are these
I'm a big fan of the Funko ones.
I found TJ Watt, like the third one I looked at. All right. I'm going to make Watt the next one and Jefferson the one after that.
I need to buy them earlier. I went
in July.
Where did you find that in July?
Amazon.
Oh, you bought it online. Like, I went to Target on like November 15th, and they were looking at me like I was a crazy person. They're like, Advent calendars? No, we don't have those.
Where was this?
Target.
Oh my gosh. Target has a whole section at my Target.
They were cleared out by like mid-November. They were gone.
The one that was cleared out that I was really annoyed with was the Pixar one. I ended up getting my son a Pokemon one, which, he loves. He's having daily fun with that. He has he makes a new play every morning with the new character involved.
I love it.
It's cool, but yeah, this one I looked at getting this one, but it doesn't get here. It wouldn't get here till January. So maybe John and I should get an office calendar, this advent calendar, and do something fun with it on the show.
Actually, you know where I found some NFL ones, and I haven't gone yet. Was Dick's Sporting Goods.
Oh, that's
They
interesting.
had some
I mean,
advent
I already
calendars.
have multiple here. This one is
Right.
unwrapped.
If anyone wanted to go out and get one, they
It's
could go
ready
out.
for us to do something with on the show.
Dick's Sporting Goods has them. The retro toys ones, I like that one, but I didn't grab it. They had a Monopoly Man. They had My Little Monster there.
My Pet Monster.
Yeah, My Pet Monster.
The little purple and green.
Yeah,
thing.
the blue, purple, green.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the chains.
Yep.
Yeah,
I had one of those. He had a football helmet and like a torn up football jersey on.
Yes. Are we giving away a jersey on the show today? Because Herms was talking about
We
that.
are. We are.
We have it's advent calendar.
We haven't given away.
We have a
You
decent
didn't give it
amount
away
of-
today.
No, we
That's
do.
right. Also, I would like the chat to submit my Smash Up Sports lineup for me today, because I haven't done that. I haven't done that for this week, and I would. The way I did 2 out of the 3 weeks, I'm sure the chat can figure it out better than I can.
You
All right,
had
so-
Barkley though with a power up.
Oh yeah. I crushed one of the weeks. I came in 3rd or 4th one of the weeks, but I came in bottom half the other 2 weeks.
So we have a decent amount of things to do today. We have the trivia question, we have the advent calendar, and we have an SFB spot to give away for the Giving Tuesday people who donated on Tuesday.
God, so much to do. But it's still going to be our regular, random, happy, fun time show, right? We're not going to. I feel like sometimes when we do it during the day, we try to get everything in 30 minutes, and it's like bang, bang, bang. But we're just going to have fun, right?
Do I seem pressured or rushed in any way, shape, or form?
Russia.
It does look like you got
pajamas on
jammy
already.
pants on. I got jammy pants on too. I think we're in a relaxed mood.
I pretty much live in pajama pants at this point. Like I am a cranky a-hole when I have to put actual pants on.
Is Charlene talking about the Natalie Portman classic, Your Highness? Is that what it's called, Your Highness, with Natalie Portman?
I think that's what that was called, right? The James
it
Franco
was.
movie?
Yeah.
That was not great.
Shots fired. Speaking of not great, I went to Moana 2 this week. And I'm just kidding.
No, you said you had a controversial Moana 2 take.
Controversial to you, Russ, because I have a flicker of a memory of you liking something that my take on Moana 2 kind of references.
Oh, okay. Hold on. All right. Okay.
I like that you straightened up here for a second. So we went to Moana 2 and I enjoyed it. It was fine. Like I ran a movie store for many years, B movie screeners. Like I enjoy almost any movie thrown in front of me. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I will be entertained and I'll enjoy it. I've not just seen Norm of the North. I've seen sequels of Norm of the North in the theater with my kid and just been fine with it. I saw the second Addams Family 2 animated movie in the theater, right? Like I'm fine with whatever. Moana 2 was fine. It was fine.
It wasn't.
It was made to be a TV show.
Yes.
And they decided to make it into a movie, and
you can tell.
I think you could tell. And one thing that I kind of mentioned, I think I mentioned with my wife, but it might have been with my son. But so my wife, my kid, and my 2 kids went to Frozen 2 together, and they saw it, and they're like, "It's okay, it's good, it's okay, watch it." And then I tried to watch it on Disney Plus, and I could not finish it. And I feel like that's Moana 2 for me as well. I went to the theater and saw it, so I watched it through. But I think if I were to watch it on Disney Plus, I don't know that I could finish it. there was. I'm going to give you a side profile. There was at least 1 or 2 songs where my wife and I would be watching. We'd be like, and then look back at each other. Like.
See, I love Frozen 2.
I know you do. That's why I said it's a controversial take for you because I just could not finish it.
The story of Frozen 2 was at least a good story. There was character development. There was nothing of that in Moana 2. They didn't even show you the bad guy that they just kept talking about the entire time.
Oh, until the after credits.
Yeah, I didn't even. I had to pee so bad. I couldn't say.
I need mute for. What did Ian say after the movie? Oh, Kamana Moana was an egregious song. Kamana Moana.
Yes.
That one. Ian said something to the effect of, after we got out of the movie, Ian said something to the effect of, I didn't understand what the plot was. That's what Ian said when he came out.
Like, and the fact that she put like a ragtag team together in 40 seconds and I couldn't name, by the end of the movie, I couldn't name a single one of them. And I heard the same thing, that they made a TV show and then for some reason decided to turn it into a movie. And then apparently they're going to make it into a third movie also. Like, you could tell that movie needed to be like 2 hours longer to put in all of the plot that was supposed to be there.
Same class in that I couldn't finish it. Like, I'm willing to bet, chat, if I had gone to the theater and I was forced to sit and watch it, I probably would have enjoyed it like the people that enjoyed it, but I wasn't forced to. I was at home. I had a phone. Like other stuff going on. I was able to not finish it if I didn't want to.
Yeah.
So,
see, but you probably quit before, like, did you get to watch Show Yourself? Like, that song is the power.
I can't name a Frozen 2 song.
Yeah,
I can't. You know what? Honestly, like, I respect you so much, Russ. I feel like I need to give it a second chance. Honestly, because I respect your opinion. So,
see, like, the way I say it is, I think the songs in Frozen 2 might be better, but the songs in Frozen 1 are definitely more karaokeable. Like,
okay.
I wail along with every song from the first Frozen. But the songs in Frozen 2 are very good. Like, just very good songs.
I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to half disagree with Muppet the Dog. I think that a lot of jokes did not hit in that. But the fourth wall break jokes in Moana 2, like the
bacon and eggs.
not as much that as the break of the fourth wall where it's like, I'm still not a princess. Despite everybody
people think you are.
Yeah. A lot of people like there are about 3 of those that I like gave a half smirk to.
Oh, don't get me. I am very easily entertained, just like Scott was saying. Like, I wasn't miserable sitting there watching that. I laughed.
I wasn't either.
But
we did have some rolling eyes at a couple songs, but
yes, they were not like, they were mediocre. Like, I called it Meana, like, in my blue sky, because I still don't know what to call those things. But like, it's really all it was. It was just like, all right.
1,000,000,000% this right here.
The show they made was fine. I didn't like it. My kids liked it a lot. The Baymax shorts they made were actually very good. But Big Hero 6 is absolutely one of my favorites.
Ian and I swear Ian and I watched that movie. He was much younger then, obviously. But we probably watched that movie 200 times, I feel like. We really enjoyed that movie.
Well, I mean, like, the first Moana, I have the heart of Te-Fiti on my arm, because at one point, there was a little over a month where we watched Moana at least once a day.
Mm-hmm.
and the only way my daughter would fall asleep is if we sang "How Far I'll Go" to her on repeat over and over and over. So like Moana is a deep-rooted part of like my family.
The Moana music is absolutely incredible. I'm not going to go as far to say it's up there with like Tangled, but it's really close. You know,
Tangled
as far as like.
Though I do like breaking femurs, you can count me with the dreamers. Might be the best line of music ever written. Like, Tangled is. Oh, hey Ryan McDowell, how's it going?
Hey Ryan McDowell, if you are near your computer, you should just come on. Honestly, you should just come on.
Yeah, why not? You're here.
Yeah, love you, man. I love you so much.
The thing
so I have a lot to say about this, but you start.
Okay, no, but let's talk about it. Okay, well, two things. They could have, if the point of the movie wasn't them actually becoming superheroes, they could have had a Monsters Inc. Kitty ending, and it would have been beautiful.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah.
Like, here he goes, ow. And then they get it and they hug. Like that could have been the end, but that wasn't the point of the movie.
Have you ever seen the Alan Tudyk shared universe theory that involves this? Because he does like characters for so many things.
He's been in every Disney movie since that.
And he's in this. Oh my god, it's so
wrong. So okay, let me talk about the one thing that gets to me about Big Hero 6.
Okay.
It's been 10 years. The spoiler alerts are past the statute of limitations. Callahan won. When we're in the big confrontation at the end where he has Cray pressed against the wall, he's like, I'll give you anything. I want my daughter back. He got his daughter back.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Like, if you were to tell me that I thought my daughter was dead and I could bring her back and I'd have to go to jail for the rest of my life, I would go to jail for the rest of my life to bring my daughter back.
I don't see how this is controversial.
It's not controversial. It's just that always like nagged me a little bit. Where like he kind of wins.
Yeah, he does.
And like it's like like that always sort of just like.
What I want to talk about on this is, the ugly crying on a plane thing. My go-to when I'm on a plane and I watch a movie and then you're like, there's 20 minutes left of the flight and you're like, I can't watch another movie. I turn on the end of like Miracle or the end of Rudy. And as people are getting up and they're getting in the aisles and some of them walking forward because they're not good human beings. I'm like dripping here. Like I have just watched the end of Rudy or Miracle here. So I clearly have no problem with this ugly crying at the end of movies on a plane. Like you're never going to see these people again. Usually. I have a story about that too, but usually you're never going to see these people again.
I watched the Halle Berry Catwoman on a plane, and I was ugly crying for a very different reason. Now that was a bad movie.
I watched it once. I barely remember it.
I don't remember it at all. I just remember remembering how terrible it was. Ooh, okay. So they're talking movies in the chat. So now I want to sit here. I want to look through a couple of these.
A lot of people don't realize. I mean, maybe the people in the chat do know, but I ran a movie store for many, many years. My favorite thing about, and I've mentioned this story before, is that you would get these B movie screeners that nobody had heard of ever, and 99 times out of 100 they became nothing. And this one time, this B movie screener, low budget, nobody heard of it, came through, and I watched it. Another coworker watched it, and after we watched it, we started recommending it to every damn person that came in. Have I told you this story?
No, but that's like I'm very excited to see where this is going.
And that movie was called Boondock Saints.
Oh,
it had nothing behind it. Nobody in the world was talking about it. And I'm not saying me and my coworker who pushed it on everybody made that a thing. I'm just saying because all of us, movie rental places, we get these movies, and I'm sure all over the country they're like, wait a second, this one's actually good, and I remember when that came through, and God, it seems like 1 out of 100. You're like, holy crap! Wait a second, this is actually a really good movie.
Like I definitely saw that on VHS, through recommendation, because that was not a big deal when it came out at all.
No. It wasn't even a big deal at that point. We got it, and there was nothing behind it, and we recommended it to everybody who came in. We're like, trust us, this movie is so good.
They should not make an Iron Giant sequel. No, that movie is perfect. Just you know what? Go see The Wild Robot. Close enough.
Wild Robot's good. Wild Robot, it's. I don't know how much I recommend moms going to it, because you will not have any liquid left in your body after you've cried it all out. But
as a parent, there's a few jokes in there that hit you differently than non-parents that were just
all parents.
So good.
Yeah, parents, but moms especially. That movie's gonna hit.
Yeah,
that for sure.
That I heard people say that's the Iron Giant of this generation, and I'm like, I think I can get behind that. It's that kind of touching. It's that, and it was so well done. So no, there does not need to be sequels to the Iron Giant. Just go watch Wild Robot.
I want to know if Greg put the Boondock Saints quote in there before I even mentioned what movie it was.
That would be amazing, or if he knew the story or something.
Maybe.
The Snuggly Duckling is such a great. The name for the pub, the Snuggly Duckling, is so good. See, Retro here agreeing.
My to this one, my 6-year-old likes watching Coco around Halloween time.
I love,
and I get
Coco
it. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's funny he makes that connection.
Oh, that movie's so. Oh man, but seriously though, have you ever had that happen to you in real life? Have you ever had a relative with Alzheimer's or that bad of dementia?
Nope, never.
My grandma had Alzheimer's, and I was there for one of her moments of clarity where she sort of snapped back into reality.
Okay.
But so when that happened in Coco, where he starts singing "Remember Me" and she starts singing along, oh my God, I was by myself on the couch watching this for the first time, and just.
I bet. All of my grandparents, when they got to their very later, almost to the end stages, and I'm at a stage where I don't have any grandparents. I have a step grandma left.
I don't have any grandparents
because he married a woman 20 years younger than him as his second wife. So she's still with us, but all my grandparents are gone. They all got to a stage of don't give an F anymore stage. Yep. so they that
stage.
And honestly, of all my memories of them at Christmas and loving and caring, I kind of really like the don't give an F stage from all of them. That I'm just going to be completely honest and tell the truth at all times, and I don't give a crap.
Damn straight.
That was kind of a fun stage for all of them.
Ooh, yes.
Especially the women, because the grandmas, I feel like they had a lot of years in, obviously this country and our history.
Oh, they were repressed,
yes.
Pretty bad.
So to hear them completely feel free to completely speak their minds was pretty damn awesome.
Yeah, that has to be pretty amazing. The OG Disney Robin Hood is my favorite Disney movie. Overall, completely, the one with the fox, that is by far my favorite Disney movie.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
I was very unmoved by the live action Snow White trailer. I love me some Gal Gadot, but
Yeah. Good dot.
Watch Moana with my daughter multiple times a day while she was in the hospital a couple of years ago was one of the only things that got absolute like that movie is
Awesome.
just
That's great.
Coco definitely will make you ugly cry. I'm very sorry for what I did, Greg. That's my bad to make you remember that movie. That's
we should watch it on a live stream. Have it on in the background. We all watch together. Is it even streaming? Does it
I hope
exist?
not.
We're getting to a point where movies might just not exist anymore because there's no physical media of them and the digital stops on them.
Yep.
Samuel L. Jackson was in Snakes in a Plane, right?
Yes.
I'm just saying a movie that's made, say, today. Maybe they may never make a Blu-ray or a DVD or anything of them. They're only digital, and then it just disappears from existence.
Yeah, they go to Roku, straight to Roku. They don't get to Netflix or Amazon. They just Roku channel.
Well, I mean, it's funny. It's like the very original Doctor Who series they're gone forever because they were on tapes, but no one ever thought there would be a need for them.
It's on Max right now.
All of them?
The whole original.
I didn't know they even found them. All right, well, that's what I'm doing with my life. Because I haven't seen all the old stuff. Because I refuse to watch things if I'm not watching it in order. So I stopped.
There are two people with SFB tattoos. Greg is one of them.
It's on my list.
Can anyone in the chat name the other? I'll give an SFB 15 spot if anyone in the chat can name the other person with one.
But who has a Fantasy Cares?
It's on my list.
The first person in the chat who knows who the other person with an SFB 15 or SFB fishbowl tattoo, I'll give you SFB 15.
I want to say they live in the Pennsylvania, Philadelphia area.
I'm going to give you like 10 minutes. Yeah, that's very Googleable. Maybe 5 minutes. At 9:05, that offer closes. But I know who it is.
I got to try to get in. I have a feeling he's an East Coast person.
This feels like a medical condition, Greg, that you should have checked out.
Yes, that is. That's you should go take some magnesium and get that worked out. I also worked in a movie theater in the late 90s, early 2000s, and he's right. That was the best job I ever had as well.
Is that weird? I don't know. I don't think about it too much. Honestly, I think the crazy thing for me is that I created that logo like 14, 15 years ago. And when I look at it, I feel like the fish should be like the fish isn't in the right spot. I feel like I would have made it differently today. But I like the logo. Bob, what do you think as a graphic designer, as a fellow graphic designer?
Yeah.
Well, I've been able to do a lot of things with that fish. We have remade it to make it high definition.
You guys have fixed it up, I'm sure.
I was thinking about getting like a teardrop tattoo, but it would be a fish instead of a teardrop.
Yeah. Greg, needless to say, the other guy who has one and Greg have never had to worry about their SFB invites coming.
Jason realizes how quiet Bob's been sitting here. What are some of your favorite movies, Bob?
Whatever's on that I can sleep to. I don't know. I wouldn't even make a list, to be honest. The Godfather. That's probably the extent of it.
It would be almost crushing if Norman Reedus was crappy, because he's so cool in everything he's in. So if he was like a crappy person, that would just be that would suck.
He's gonna play an SFB next year.
Yeah.
No, I made that up, but I just wanted to see your reaction, which was almost nothing. So
My eyes opened, my eyebrows went up. I was like, yeah. And then I'm like, wait, no, it's not.
my eyebrows are blonde, so you can't really tell when they go up. So
Not yet, but I'm telling you, I have a plan, and part of my plan is getting the SFB and the Fantasy Cares logo would be somewhere on my arm at some point. Just this is my actual family arm, so it's not here. It would go on this arm.
we are 3 minutes into this, 3 minutes away from the end of it, and 0 people know who the other person is.
I'm in. Greg, let's do. I'll start doing some research about tattoo places near Canton. We can absolutely go get some tattoos. I'm absolutely in. I'll start saving so my wife doesn't have to get mad that I spend our money on more tattoos.
Is it an SFB tattoo? I feel like that's a business expense.
Oh, is it? I'll get the Fantasy Cares logo and the.
I think it's a marketing expense at that point.
Could be.
I am very.
We can discuss.
Very interested in the live action Lilo and Stitch. The live action Stitch looks adorable, and the girl that's playing Lilo looks like a live action Lilo. It looks exactly like the cartoon character. I'm absolutely in.
What did we have? Didn't we have a ton of stuff on tap for this show? And we've done.
Oh yeah, we still have plenty of stuff to do.
Absolutely none of it. You know, Clay doesn't have one, but I'll be seeing him in about 2 months. Maybe I'll talk him into it while we're in Vegas together.
Is Mike Clay a tattoo guy? Like,
I don't think so. I really don't think so. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he doesn't come off as one.
No need to be sorry.
Well, now that I'm looking at it, that fish is way too high. I mean, look how high that fish is. I mean,
every time, Bob, that's exactly what I think.
Look,
every time I want it to move down.
Just he's allowed to make his own life decisions. It's legal in his state. He's allowed to partake a little bit. Just back off.
I'm legitimately like.
I'm gonna flip the fish upside down. What do we got? Dead fish?
I created that thing in like 2010. You
didn't use the guide.
I am such an incredible graphic designer. I mean, I know you've all seen my NCAA contest ad and my goat meter. I think you know my skills.
It's so funny that people are listing me in here. Like I wouldn't have been showing that off the entire time if I actually had well, I guess I can't really show you where I have the fishbowl. This is a family friendly show. So.
It is 9:05 and nobody in the chat got it, honestly. I mean, some good guesses here. Clearly, very good guesses here. But no, the guy's name is Rob Patterson. Is the name of the guy that has a scapula fishbowl tattoo.
Did you do late night showings for your friends? Every Thursday we did diner night, where we would go to the diner and then we would go watch a movie that was coming out the next day.
We did this too, not every week, but every once in a while we would. So there was TVs in the corners of like all the 6 corners of the video store, of course.
Yeah.
But then we had a giant TV in the middle for people, just walking by. So they were all hooked up to the same thing. But every once in a while we would close down, but then we'd watch a movie on it, or we'd play video games on it, and we'd invite friends, hang out. Absolutely.
I've said this to my wife. So like, I'm married. I have 2 kids. One of the best moments in my life is playing Halo 1 on the Xbox, theater versus theater, in the movie theater.
Yeah, I know. And when you told your wife that trumps your wedding and the birth of your children, I understood. She understood. The kids understood.
everyone gets their, oh, my son was like, I tell my son this and he's jealous. But like, no, like, because this was,
It's not that expensive. We rented out our local movie theater for a few hours for like $200.
oh yeah, like, no, like we just did this after hours. Like this was before the days of
Oh,
actual digital projectors.
I know. I'm just saying it's available today. Movie theaters, they don't mind having a few extra bucks, and
Yeah.
you can rent them out for a couple $100 to play video games or watch a movie off your Fire Stick or whatever.
Yeah, we had, but this was before wireless anything. We had hundreds of feet of Cat5
Ethernet cables. Yeah.
running across the projector area.
Oh my
in some
God.
theaters. We had walkie-talkies so we could trash talk each other.
Do you remember connecting those LANs with those multi-ports and having like 6 computers around each other to play Doom and stuff back in the day?
Yep.
Oh, those were the days. Those were the days. I don't see it in the chat. I thought my man Charch was going to be watching, but oh man, Charch. Speaking of crying at animated films, it only takes 5 minutes into Up, and we're all blubbering. Absolutely.
My wife loves telling the story that for some reason I convinced her to watch that movie while she was pregnant. And
okay,
the beginning of the movie where, no baby, like she was just bawling like a crazy woman because I made a very hormonal woman watch a movie where they find out they can't have kids. And she to this day does not, my son is 11. She still doesn't let me live that down. Anytime the movie, anytime the word Up comes up, Russ made me watch that movie when I was pregnant. And I'm like, you could have said no, shut up. I don't say that.
Someone in my life can't have kids. And very late in life, they met a partner that also can't have kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been so incredibly happy for those two finding each other over the last couple of years.
Oh yeah.
It's such a beautiful thing. Not that they can't have kids, but like, I don't know, common shared experience of life, and just that they found each other and they're very, very happy now. I'm very happy for them.
I need to get my first tattoo. Maybe if I win this year, I'll get my SFB Avi. Yes. Go get the Porg. Go get the Porg.
I do not have any, nor will I have any tattoos.
I have many, many, many tattoos.
I don't even know who would win in a bet of will I eat a pickle first or will I get a tattoo first. I think that's just a straight up never in my life will happen. And I have nothing against tattoos at all.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you have something against tattoos? Like, because I have a friend who loves the idea of tattoos, but just never really had anything that he wanted enough.
Yeah.
Until finally he ended up getting one anyway. But
yeah, just personally no interest, and my wife like no interest, and also she doesn't really like them because she has relatives that have a lot of them and are very old, and they look absolutely awful, and like just I don't know, just no interest. I have nothing against them. I think they look great on people, and I think they look awesome on some people. I just no interest personally.
I once had, when my kids were in gymnastics, and so they had to be like, my daughter was probably like 6, so I had the 6-year-old come up to me, and I'm in shorts, so I have my Batman leg out for the world to see, and some 6-year-old walks up to me and goes, "My mommy says that tattoos are a waste of good skin," and without thinking about it, I literally just go, "My skin's pretty crappy on its own, so I think this is a pretty big improvement," and this kid just stares at me, and I'm like, I should not have talked back to a 6-year-old. Why did that just happen? But like,
no, I wish I could be the guy that has like a full sleeve and stuff. Like I have a buddy I live in Minnesota, so like my whole life I've been like 6'3", 215, etc. Now I'm a little bigger than that, but like I've always been the smaller guy. But like my friend that's like 6'5", 240, he's got this full-on sleeve up over his arm, and I've always thought that was just it looks so awesome on him. And I don't know if it's I can't pull it off or just I don't know. It's just not for me. I don't know, but I think it looks awesome on some people. Some people tattoos look awesome on. I can't pull it off. I don't think.
I've been terrified of getting a tattoo on my arm. Well, like to me, this was always like the greatest spot in the world for a tattoo. But like I was always afraid of like moving up here because I feel like you need to be ripped to have like a bicep tattoo, and I'm not that. But so I stuck down here, and I'll end up working my way up, like because this is all about my kids. So like when they get older, and then I have grandkids, it'll go a little higher up. But I still have plenty of time before that happens. Plenty of time before that happens.
Yes, Mel. It's a common talking point when we go to expo and stuff. How short I am. It's commonly talked about.
From a Minnesota man, he's pretty short. It's pretty embarrassing for him.
I'm like middle of my Minnesota friends, which is absolutely insane. But
well, they make that joke in How I Met Your Mother, where Marshall is like, "Yeah, I'm the runt of my family. I'm only 6'3" or 6'4" or something like that." And it's just like, no, that checks. That definitely checks.
At my home league draft, and one of the 6'3" guys was missing this year, but we have like a couple 6'3" guys. We have a 6'5" guy. We have a 6'8" guy. We used to have a 6'10" and 7 foot guy, but they don't come anymore. They're not part of the league anymore. But yeah, we're Minnesota boys. Our point guard on my high school basketball team, our point guard was 6'6". Like it's Minnesota. It's weird here. I get it.
Yeah. I'm 6 feet tall. I have a picture of me with my arm around someone who's 6'7", and like me, who I think I'm tall, literally like this, on like my arm around a dude. It's just like I'm not tall at all. Nope.
Yeah. Nice. Should we give stuff away? At some point I wanna have the people in the chat do my smash up fantasy sports lineup for me this week, because I really don't wanna
Okay. All right.
I think they're gonna be as good or better than I was. So
okay, so let's go first things first. Let's do are you the randomizer? Yes.
I know you're 5'6" Greg, but you're ripped.
Yes.
You are ripped.
Pretty much adds height.
You are muscular. I wish I had that.
I'm far too lazy to have that. Like that takes so much work, and I don't have that in me.
Right.
So this is the giveaway for Giving Tuesday. This is the SFB spot. One of these babies. For anyone who donated on Tuesday. That does include joining the Advent calendar on Tuesday as well. So anyone that donated on Tuesday at all is entered into, I have to flatten these out, to win an SFB spot. So let's go and hold on, scroll. Let's find out who's going to win a spot in SFB. Aaron Herman! You're so amazing! That's a really long crowd cheer. Aaron Herman, congratulations. You have won your way into SFB 15.
Aaron Herman, that's awesome.
Now we have to hope that he's signed up and not banned.
No, I'm sure he is. And here's the thing about Aaron Herman. He used to write for me at Fantasy Football Oasis back in the like 07 to 010 days. So he has been around the industry forever.
Nice.
Yeah. Very awesome. Congratulations, Aaron.
All right. So you're going to write that down or get him in there so I don't have to worry about it? Or do you need me to write it down?
I'll write it down. Is that SFB 15 spot, did you say?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'll write down the stuff I have to ship out, but...
I got it. We're good. I got it.
All right. Closing that. You want to keep going with stuff, or do you want to do your lineup first? You have the trivia question and the advent calendar jersey. So, and then your lineup.
I mean, if people have lineup suggestions for me, if this is a chat that's very fantasy savvy and has some sleepers for this week that are basically on Smash Up Sports, you have a $50,000 playoff budget. I don't know if you can see you cannot see my arrow. I got it over here. You have a $50,000 playoff budget. It's kind of like a DFS game. Because I am a boss on Smash Up Fantasy Sports, and I'm not a boss. It's just like a tag they gave me. I get a free Smash Up card, which says QBs, wide receivers, and tight ends get 1.5x multiplier. So that's probably where I want to put, some money, get some good players in. Already got one here.
I played the home field advantage card. Have you seen that one?
No suggestions for Scott that did not set up for 2 weeks.
Lineups. She's giving
you that's SFB. Yeah. For those that didn't hear the story, and I will. Oh, I got some Jawan Jennings, some NVS. All right. I'm gonna look for these two, and I'm gonna throw them in. But remember, wide receivers are a position I like to. I want to spend up at because I get 1.5x. Let's try spelling it correctly. So SFB, I thought I didn't make the playoffs. I've talked about this on the other show. I thought I didn't make the playoffs. What happened was when you search fish on the playoff leaderboard, nothing shows up because something in my code, probably redundancies. When you search Scott, it doesn't show up. So I was in the playoffs for all 3 weeks, and all 2 weeks, and I didn't realize it. I didn't set a lineup, but somehow I miraculously made it through the first 2 rounds, and I'm still alive in round 3 of the playoffs, which is absolutely insane.
What about a Baker Mike Evans stack?
Against Las Vegas? Yeah, there are cards for if you.
I played the home field advantage one, and you got 1.25 on every home team.
Ooh, that's interesting too. I was looking at the ride or die. All non-QB players in your lineup on the same NFL team as your quarterback get a 1.25x.
Can you stack them?
Absolutely. So if I were to stack Baker, Bucky, Evans.
No, I meant because you get
or Cotton, as my Fantasy Football Weekly co-host Paul Charchin calls him. They would all get the 1.25x. Not Baker, but the others would.
No, I was saying can you use that one card that had the 1.5 and then you use that which has the 1.25? You can get multiple multipliers. Yep.
I get the 1.5 no matter what. I get the 1.5 for all quarterbacks, wide receivers, and tight ends.
Yeah, I like a Baker Mike Evans stack right here.
How far down is Baker? All right. Let's see Mike Evans. So I got all my wide receivers tagged already, and I got some low budget wide receivers, which I don't love given that I get the 1.5x. I have a lot of money to spend. I really should spend up at tight end. What am I looking at?
Bowers? So take Bowers, yeah.
Bowers?
Yeah.
All right. I wish I was spending more at wide receiver, though.
So put one of those guys in a flex or something. And
well, Evans is in my flex. I already have 3 wide receivers.
So only start one of them.
Gosh, everybody's suggestion in the chat are wide receivers.
I mean, Saquon going up against Carolina.
I know. I don't get that extra boost, but here's what I can do. I can go to my cards here, and I can be run CMC. If the selected player has at least 80 yards rushing and 40 receiving, this card gets 30 points. Do we think Saquon can hit 80-40?
Yes, he's Saquon. Of course he can.
The other spot is starting running back gets 1.5x. What do you think? 30 points or 1.5x? Because if he gets like 30 points, 1.5x is 15 extra points.
Yeah.
80-40, what do you think, chat? Can Saquon get 80-40? Can Kamara get 80-40? Bijan? Ooh, I don't know that I'm counting on 80 from Bijan against the Vikings. That's yeah.
Kamara against the Giants is a pretty good matchup.
Either Jacobs or Gibbs for me.
Saquon can get the world. All right, I'm gonna throw the run CMC on Saquon. Kamara versus the Giants. Do you think he can get the run CMC, the 80-40? Oh, I already used it once. I can't use it. All right, I'm gonna remove that.
I love the graphics on this so much.
I do too. So I'm doing the 1.5x on Saquon, and I'm doing the run CMC on Kamara.
Now, this is money out of your player budget to buy these?
Out of my card budget. I have a $12,000 card.
Oh, you have a card budget also.
And 50. Oh, man. But now I've spent probably too much. I have $3,100 left. I don't think that gets me a kicker and a defense.
Yeah.
What's your sleeper defense, chat, for this week? Sleeper defense or kicker? And this is the point, they say nothing. Do you wanna drop one of your contests or something, Russ?
What about the Jacksonville Jaguars defense against Tennessee?
All right. Who does Mac Jones and the Jags play? Oh, Tennessee. So either side of that.
Yeah.
If I do Jackson, oh man,
just Jags, take the cheaper
Titans, Jags. Jags are cheaper by $200.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, so I guess take whichever one you like better. Someone's saying Saints D against the Giants.
I mean, their Saints are 29, Tennessee's 28, Jags are 26.
I say go with the Jags, especially if you need money for a kicker.
All right, I do need money for a kicker, but unfortunately, I can't afford any kickers now because of what we've done. So people are saying, I thought someone said Kamara is the better bet. Greg said that. So do I take out Barkley?
I mean, you can spend down. Like, I think Kyron has a really good matchup.
All right, I'm going to take out Barkley. Let's get my kicker.
So you know how much you could spend on running back, yeah.
Ooh. Well, that's dumb. My kicker isn't listed. Okay. I would do exactly what the chat said is Will Reichard, Vikings kicker. He's basically free coming off IR against the Falcons in a dome at home.
But we're sure he's kicking?
Yeah. No, we're not 100% sure yet. It sounded like he's coming back, but yeah, Reichard's not even in this list. That's who I agree, Ann and the like 3 other people that said Reichard, because he's likely to be activated and replace John Parker Romo this week. But yeah, I don't see it. Okay, so I need a different kicker. What do we got for kickers, people in the chat?
Jake Bates, can't go wrong with him. They always end up scoring enough.
That's true. And the difference between him and the absolute bottom kicker is like $300. So
Yeah, they all in kickers, so they're all pretty close to each other. So how much
All
money?
right. Now we need a running back.
I mean, David Montgomery right away is probably not that bad of a pick.
All right, let's do it. Now my card budget. All right, card budget. Gotta add some cards now. All right, I took Monty, so I got my lineup set. Now I just gotta add cards to it. Starting wide receiver gets 1.5x. Think I should throw that on Mike Evans?
I love it.
All right. 6,500 left. Each player whose NFL team wins get 1.5x their score. Who do I got? Who's the Bucks play? Do you know who the Bucks play?
Vegas.
They should win. Who do the Saints play?
Giants.
Okay, I got both. I think the Lions should win. The Saints, Giants, question mark. I can always change Evans later. I think I'm going to try this V for victory card. And then I got 3,000 left. Oh, I didn't do all non-QB players one yet. Okay, I'll do that too. All right, we're good. It's all set. We're going to try this out. Thank you, chat, for setting this lineup. I'll let you know how good it was.
All right, so you ready to find out who's going to answer a trivia question for us?
This feels like an every week thing right here.
That is an evergreen tweet right there.
Yeah. Tweet. It's like Kleenex at this point.
That's why Bob was quiet. Except when a fish is upside down.
I've made that so much better. I'm a great graphic designer, Bob. Come on now.
What's funny is you lower the fish when he's upside down, and when fish are floating upside down, they're usually up top.
Coming a callback from yesterday, Russ. Do you like my decor? Oh, I'm gonna try this. First try. Yes. Oh, I did it. The chat has no idea how hard it is to
point on the mirrored. I never get it right.
You never know if it's mirrored or not, and you're just like, all right.
Santa.
Yeah. It's never easy. Oh. What else we could do?
So
that wasn't what we were doing? That was the wrong one.
No, that was pretty terrible. Everything about that was terrible. All I saw was pickles everywhere.
All right, so let's see. You know what? We've been talking about tattoos a lot. You have 1 minute. Type the word tattoo in the chat, and you'll get entered onto the wheel to answer a trivia question to try and get, hold on, $400 to a local charity of.
It's up to $400?
Well, it's because we kept adding to it yesterday.
Oh my gosh. $400 to a charity in your local
No one got it yesterday?
No. And somehow the progressive is growing like at random rates.
You and John just kept saying, make it bigger, make it bigger. I'm like, okay.
We weren't talking about the progressive.
So, Russ, I got to share something with you. The Star Wars Funkos,
yeah,
they actually have little snowmen in it.
Well, yeah, it looked like they were all. Oh, that's adorable.
The detail is awesome. So you're going to have to fight my kids over it.
I think I can take him in a fight.
Emmy bites. So
I can run away really fast.
You do not want to face Emmy's wrath. I have faced Emmy's wrath in the lobby of a hotel.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Bob's kids are forceful. That's for sure. You do not want to mess with Bob's kids.
I mean, yeah, they're very good negotiators too.
At some point, I'm going to give away some of these Funkos, I think, Russ, on the show.
To me?
To see what they look like. This is Myles Garrett. And this is adorable. Josh Allen. See him?
That's so cute.
But they don't have Christmas themed on. I need some Christmas on them.
Mind you, my hands are giant, so they are not giant. My hands are like 9.8 inches or something like that.
You'd never make it as a cold weather quarterback.
I know. Not even 10-inch hands. They're a little larger than 9 3/4. There's Derek Carr, who my son was very disappointed with getting this morning. No offense, Derek Carr, and Justin Herbert, little guy. They're adorable.
Steve F wants to know who's the Dolphins Funko.
I mean, I could look. I think my son is downstairs and or asleep. I will see if I can figure it out. Right. That is a Buccaneer. Buccaneers number 13.
Mike Evans.
The Bengal is number 9.
I think I've heard of that guy.
The Cowboy is number 11.
Wait. Oh, wow.
Carson.
They went with Micah.
Broncos is number 8.
I don't know who number 8 is.
Oh, no, Jets. Jets is number 8. Sorry.
Oh, so it's Rodgers.
Yeah. Throw that one away. Dolphins is number 1.
Tua. All right. Let's find out who is going to be answering a trivia question. Brad Duff. Brad. Let's find out what question you are going to be answering.
You got another wheel?
Oh, yeah, of course there's another wheel. Question number 19. All right. Now remember, chat, please don't answer. And Brad, please don't look in the chat. Don't Google. Don't do any of that stuff. You know, keep within the, you know, don't be a jerk. How about that? I can't think of the words I'm trying to think of. Number 19. Let's stop sharing that screen. Remove. Scroll. Okay, here we go. Number 19. Which team is not tied for the most Super Bowl wins at 6? Which team is not tied? Which team is not tied with the most Super Bowl wins at 6? The Pittsburgh Steelers, the San Francisco 49ers, or the New England Patriots? Which team is not tied with the most Super Bowl wins at 6? The Steelers, the Niners, or the Patriots? The Panthers do not have 6. That is very, very true.
We are coming close to Google range at this point. I feel like they need to.
No, I trust our people. Brad says the 49ers, and that is correct.
What?
The Steelers and the Patriots both have 6 Super Bowl wins.
Oh, that's right.
The San Francisco 49ers.
I have 5, yeah.
So
For some reason, I was thinking the Patriots have 7, but that's Tom Brady, not the Patriots.
that's Tom Brady. Yeah. So Brad, congratulations. If you want to let us know in the chat hold on, county and state you want us to donate to, we'll spin another wheel to find out what kind of charity this is going to go to. If you don't want to, for any reason, put it in the chat. You can DM me at Dynasty Outhouse on Twitter, or I made the change today on Blue Sky. I'm at Russ Fisher.
That's awesome.
I did it.
I type in your name every time on X, and it never works. So I'm happy about this.
Let's shuffle this up and let's find out what kind of charity we are donating to. To your local Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Nice. Very nice.
All right, so I am going to type this down before I forget.
Excellent.
Brad Duff, Make-A-Wish. And that's going to be $400 to your local Make-A-Wish. Again, if you want to throw it in the chat, great. If not, DM me on Twitter at Dynasty Outhouse or on Blue Sky at Russ Fisher.
Does that mean we are back to $100 for tomorrow?
Yep, tomorrow that means $100.
Love it, Ryan. Love it. We should donate to the Human Fund. I don't know why we haven't yet.
Is that an office joke that I don't get?
It's a
Yes.
Seinfeld joke. Oh.
So my controversial thing, I never liked Seinfeld.
Okay.
Now, I get it. I 1000% respect that show for everything it did for comedy. And Jerry Seinfeld himself is funny. But I hated every single character on that show. They're all bad people, and I couldn't handle it.
I get that. This is my wife's problem with watching TV shows or movies. And I think a lot of people probably fall in the same boat. She needs someone she can root for. She has a lot of trouble with and really can't fully enjoy a movie or TV show where there aren't people to root for, aren't people she can like enjoy rooting for.
I get, and
look, some people are like that. I get it.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like Breaking Bad was amazing, but man, I wish I liked someone on that show.
So this and like Breaking Bad and like a lot of shows,
those two are nothing.
It's one of those things where shows today shows or movies will have a trope that was created by a show or movie 2 decades ago that people will be like, this is a better version of this. And I'm not saying Sunny is a better version of Seinfeld. I'm just saying this is a better version of this. I'm like, yes, because they're building on something that this thing created.
It's like trying to explain to young people why the Beatles are good.
There's always there are certain things that are like, this was awesome because it had never friggin' been done before.
Yep.
Like you try to expound how awesome Scream was to see in the theater for the first time, and you're like, you don't realize it was completely new to the genre that had been so the same for 30 years, you know?
Yeah, and like it's funny. Like I've had this discussion a lot, and it's tough as time goes on. Yes, and I absolutely acknowledge that.
Absolutely.
I didn't like the show, but like I remember trying to have a conversation about the Beatles, and some guy's like, "Why do I want to listen to a song about somebody wanting to hold someone's hand? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard." I'm like, it's the times. It's like trying to like the original Star Wars for young kids. Like it's so tough to explain how, yes, they don't really fit nowadays anymore, but what you have nowadays wouldn't exist if this didn't happen in the first place.
Yeah.
Not in the least. I I honestly don't even find Friends funny most of the time. Like, I really never got behind Friends. Like, don't get me like I Chandler's funny, but it's because he's a jerk, and like the bad sarcasm is absolutely lowbrow enough for me to laugh at anyway. But yeah, couldn't get behind it. That is a very big problem with the 90s. So many things in the 90s
I
did.
mean, even the early seasons of The Office, there are some things they do and words they say that are like, and I'm a routine Office rewatcher. Not recently, but yeah. Darius Rucker, huge fantasy football player.
Yep.
Yep.
So you want to do
One of these years we'll get him an SFB.
Yes, let's do it.
One of these years. I should text Matthew right now and be like, we need Rucker. Get him in. Honestly, if you knew Matthew's hours, he would totally.
Oh, I don't doubt it. That I'm sure that dude.
He's definitely awake.
Share screen.
Do we have more to give away?
We have the advent calendar.
Dang. I don't think at this point there is a white whale. Honestly, there a few years ago, probably 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, I just stopped trying to get people in. But I don't know that there's a white whale. Do you think there's a white whale?
I mean, once Bob got in, there was no point in chasing anyone else anyways.
I know, right? I have a friend who plays in a league with Rainn Wilson, and he asked him about playing this year, and it didn't happen, but that would have been really cool. Like, as an Office fan, that would have been cool if Rainn jumped in. But Rainn only plays in 2 leagues. He plays in his – yeah. So –
apparently you could still order them online. I gotta need to look into that.
I just sent you one.
Well, you sent me a Harry Potter one.
Wait, is this
I thought you'd be more interested with that one.
I probably will get that for me and my daughter to share.
I mean, it was on sale for under $30.
I think the free SFB round advance was already taken up by someone on the screen. That guy.
That might be up there for one of the dumbest stories of my 13 years in this league. And I'm hesitant to admit this, but it's not the first time it happened.
Yeah. Oh, Scott.
It's literally the second time it happened, where one other time I thought I didn't make the playoffs, but I did, and I somehow made it to round 2, and they got booted. But this is the first time round 3.
Yes, it was. I played in Tom
great.
Everett Scott's division, to the music one, because I absolutely 100% stalked him, because they made the division of Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters, which I knew was niche enough that I knew he was going to be in it, and that most people won't know what that is. Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters is the name of the band the Wonders from That Thing You Do play in a movie in the movie. And I was just like, I know Tom Everett Scott's going to be in this division. Join. And it worked. He was there.
I think next year, that's one thing I do need to change, is that all the divisions are visible on the SFB site as people join.
Yeah.
So people were scouting that to see who's in what division and then joining them. I think I need to pull that off next year.
Yeah, just like show that the spot is filled, you know.
Yeah, just
this division, this draft pick is filled.
Yeah, not show where, like, and it's pretty obvious when a certain person joins a division, then all of a sudden it's filled really quick. There are definitely people scouting that out. But yeah, I think I think we're gonna try to make Vegas pretty fun next year. I think you should come to Vegas, Russ. Just saying.
I'll start planting the seed now to try and get my wife to say yes about going to Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if you want to be in a division with Tom Everett Scott, I think, or James Roday, that'd be fun.
Or Liz Love.
Or Liz.
You want to give away jersey now?
Very cool. Sarah and Greg both in the top 1,000? That's awesome. That's really awesome.
She should be proud. That is great.
They're awesome. I love Sarah and Greg. I love them so much.
They're okay.
Two of my favorite people.
They're okay. Bob, drum roll.
They're awesome.
Bob, drum roll. I don't like this drum roll. You're just being spiteful.
I'm just scrolling up to get the right one. There it is.
Oh my god, this one doesn't end. There you go.
Yeah, this one that doesn't end.
Reference! What happened?
That mean we win, Scott? Do we win?
Everybody wins.
Russ, everyone here. Russ just won. Russ broke.
Russ broke his spreadsheet. You know why? This is because Scott didn't make me a randomizer.
Everybody who works with Google Sheets or Excel is so happy right now.
Hit it again, Bob.
This is amazing. This is amazing.
You don't even have it on the screen, Russ.
You're not even sharing that screen anymore, Russ. Oh my! I don't even have words. This is.
One more time, Bob. One more time, Bob.
You're not sharing the screen.
I'll share the screen at the last second. Go. I'm not gonna... That timed really well. All right, you know what? Congratulations, Matthew Jacobson. That was the name. I wasn't going to uncheck and recheck. That wouldn't have been cool. Oh
my
God. Look, it's their fault for keeping me awake until almost 11 o'clock.
Well-oiled machine. Well-oiled.
Congratulations, Matthew Jacobson. You are the winner of today's Advent Calendar jersey. I don't know if you're in the chat. Well, if you are, we'll give you a second to pick a number 1 through 6. If not, I'll pull up a wheel.
That was not the right one.
All right, here we go. Let's
Congratulations, Matthew.
Yes. I mean, after Russ, completely botched everything. Congratulations.
Box 3.
What's behind door number 3? You gonna open the box correctly?
Javonte Williams. Look at that.
Yeah, Javonte Williams. Toss the box. I love these jerseys.
I'm going to throw this out there. This might be the best show we've ever done.
Ever. Well, who was the name? What was the name of the person already? Congratulations, Matthew Jacobson. You are the winner of this beautiful orange and blue Javonte Williams signed Broncos jersey. And just for John. And it's a giant pile of stuff I need to send out.
He loves that sound. You know what I'm doing tomorrow?
What's that?
I am going toy shopping.
Nice.
Tomorrow? I'm going in 2 days.
I am going to the Mall of America, to the Toys R Us in Mall of America, and I'm going to buy a lot of toys for a lot of kids tomorrow. I'm really excited. I'm bringing my 2 kids. My parents are in town. They're in town from Arizona. They might come along. My brother might come along. His fiance might come along. My cousin might come along. I don't know. It should be fun. I'm really excited for it. It's been almost a full year since I last did it. So
yeah, it's been about a year, hasn't it?
Yeah. One of these years I'm going to set a date and I'm going to tell like the Minnesota Live drafters about it and see how many we can get there to come do it with us. I'm going to try to make it an event one of these years, but this year, yeah, we're just all going to show up at the Mall of America nice and early and do some shopping. I'm excited for it. It was an awkward pause, so I figured.
Sorry, I was typing Matthew Jacobson's name on the sheet, so I remember who got what jersey. Yeah.
You all of a sudden like the pickles now? It wasn't me. It's good.
I kind of wonder what it's like to watch this at this point.
Exactly like you think it is.
It's too much. It's too much. Oh boy.
Is it time to call it a night? I think it's time to call it a night.
I think it's time to call it a night.
Thank you everyone so much for putting up with us and dealing with the shenanigans that goes on, especially as time gets late. I guess hey, we're gonna catch
That was pretty cool. That video was pretty cool. Who made that? Russ, did you make that?
I think it was John.
Sounds right. We're done though, right?
I think so. I mean,
good night, everybody.
Okay, for reals. Thank you everyone for being part of all of this stuff.
Yes, thank you so much.
Everybody and all of that stuff. And see you tomorrow.